Hello. How's everybody doing? I think we're good. All right, I'm up. I'm up and running. I got this. We got this, everybody. How are y'all doing? All right, so let's do this. Let's do this, and I'll be right back. Everybody. Are you? Ooh, that fan feels nice. How we all doing? Oh. All right, let's check the chats. Ooh, shoot, wrong button. Oh man, I'm just moving all kinds of stuff all over the place. Like, whoops. Hello. Hello. Boom, chat's back up and running. 4 minutes left. Whimsy with the Z. Good episode. Alice, Mark, Jason the Whimsy proper. Every Monday. Liam and I got a really exciting episode next week for you guys. Episode 108. We got a special guest coming, so I'll look for you guys hearing that. I gotta prepare for that. Oh my god. I don't even think I'm ready for it. But it's gonna be a good one. Hey, you guys subscribed? Look down. You see that little... What does the subscribe look like on YouTube? It's the bell, right? No, it's the subscribe button. And then you want to hit the bell so you can get notified when I go live. Oh, long days, man. Long days. How long is that hello going to stay on the screen? Okay, it's gone. It's like 75 seconds, I think. Which is good, because sometimes I miss it. Give me a chance to finish a thought. Oh, how's everybody doing? I think mom's at work. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know where everybody else is at. Doesn't matter, because I'm right here. You guys know where I'm always at. Saturdays at 8 o'clock. I am Mind Pockets. Hey, say hi in the chats. Feel free to hang out. Whimsy with the Z. We're coming up to the end of season 1. We got April, May. I think we're going to skip May and do June. Because half of the kids will be just before graduation or the end of the year. Some will be after. So I think we'll go June, skip May. Unless they have something to talk about. I guess we'll go that route. But yeah, I'm curious to see how everybody ends up. What number of Z are we on? 37? Is there any way to get this thing to 50? So 37, I need 13 more episodes. 4? Oh, episode 50 would be me. So I need to get 4 kids for 3 months to get to 49. And then I would record my take. Oh, I gotta get everybody to record. All right, we're gonna try it. We're gonna try it for 50. Season 1, 50 episodes. Let's see if we can do this. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be good times. I don't know what my volume is because I don't know if I can hear it. I'm assuming you guys can hear it. I don't know. I should wear headsets, and I never do. Is it because of the fan? I can't hear it? Like, I got extra background noise now? Oh, that's so lame. Headphones. We're gonna come back to that here in a second. We'll wait for the show to start, and I'm gonna get some feedback on headphones. messed up. Hello and welcome to Whimsy Live. It's Mind Pockets. Why do I sound like that? Oh my god, what am I doing? All right, so hold on. I was fiddling with stuff. I need to quit fiddling because, like, I gotta get, I gotta get this in the box. There we go. That looks good. Hello, how are we all doing? It's Mind Pockets. Are we excited? I'm excited. All right, so headphones. Since I've been doing the live, all right. So here's some observations I've made. It could have been in my pocket, but I didn't. Okay. When I watch other people's podcasts, like I know when Ming Chen, he's been recording a film festival for Shared Universe. He wears his headphones, and the reason he does is so he can gauge everybody's volumes and stuff, right? Some people who live stream have headphones. I do not have headphones. Would because I'm half of the problem is I'm always worried about where the volumes are at because I have the lines moving. So I'm assuming like I'm good. So if it's as long as it's moving, I'm happy with it. Um, I wonder if I don't know. I think there's a cockiness to me that says like I got this thing set up, so I don't need to. I don't like because my ears get sweaty. I don't know. I don't know what we were going to accomplish. That is. I wonder what that sounded like. Oh crap! All right, so here's oh man, I wonder if it did that last week too. Did it sound echoey last week or like a double? I had two microphones working, so I didn't know. That's weird. How funny is that? I don't want to wear headphones. If I did, I would have noticed. Maybe I don't know. Anyway, it's my long day. I've been up since yesterday, and I'll be up until tomorrow night. I got another 24 hours if I can attempt to take a nap. So uh, I'm good. I'm happy. I'm killing it. Productive. Very productive week. We're going to touch base on some of them today. Come back Monday. You'll see the full presentation of everything we've been working on this week. All right. With that said, let's get going. Little animation for 52 mind pockets and 52 live streams, or however long I've had this stupid thing. Never had a problem. For whatever reason, last week, that thing got flagged for copyright material. What the fuck? Like, we're gonna see if it happens again today. Because if it does, it doesn't make any sense, and I don't understand any of it. And then I hate my life. But until then, we're gonna find out. Um, hold on. Let's. Oh, did I click the monetize button on this thing? I want to make sure I'm making that money's. It's not a lot of money. I'm telling you guys. Um, I am not podcasting for money. But I like money, absolutely. But there's a reality that says not a lot. Not yet. Like we're getting there. There's some stuff in the works where uh, I think we're gonna see a really interesting second half of the year. All right. Anyway, all right. So let's get out of here. Let's go back to here. All right. Yeah. This is let you guys know. Someone's trying to take credit for the royalty-free music that I'm using. But anyway, all right. First my pocket. Let's do this.
All right, I was just driving and a bird totally flew into my windshield and I ducked. Like, is that a normal reaction? Do like if you see a rock come towards your windshield, do you like try to move and hide from it? I don't know. But yeah, bird, boom, right into the windshield.
Weirdest thing on my way. Like, I didn't want to go too deep into it and be like, oh man, it's an omen or something. No, birds fucking do weird shit sometimes. But as I was turning, right, there's a like a huge incline, right? So, bird, like, I swear to you, I caught the last like second of it. But bird flew, slammed into the windshield. And I did that. I ducked, right? I think that's a normal reaction, right? Like a two for flinching. So, do you guys have ever experienced a rock or a bird? Because if it was a bug, like you don't really, I don't think, I remember years ago. Why does it seem like there was more bugs on the windshield years ago than there are today? Like, I can vaguely remember like 20, see, like 30 years ago, the windshield would have like more bugs on the windshield, right? That's why you go to the gas station and you'd like squeegee them off. I can't remember the last time like a bug hit my windshield. That's a weird observation. I don't know. Let me know if anybody else like think about it. 30 years ago, were there more bugs that you had to wash off your? Because like I know now we have the windshield clean, right? You can wash it yourself, but I don't recall like the amount of bugs like flies and crickets and grasshoppers like those used to be like all over windshields and like the front grill, and now there's not. I don't I don't know. Maybe I'm taking like the two times I remember seeing bugs and just trying to expand it across the whole youth. But yes, bird, boom, right into my fucking like. Thank God it didn't crack, but it did leave some bird matter on my window. Um, yeah, it was just weird. Didn't expect it. I think that's why it startled me.
Very interesting. Uh, Half thank you, Sophia. Half thank you, J Sarge. I checked on J Sarge, asked how he's doing. He's been taking a lot of pictures lately, and I made a comment that there's nothing to take pictures of around here. But weird, I totally noticed the mountains. Like I've driven this way. I don't know, 5 years almost, and I just now noticed them. Like I don't know. Thank you, Sophie. Say thank you, J Sarge.
I take the kids home. I take the same one of two freeways, like every time. For years, I've been doing this thing now. I checked on Jay Sarge. How is he doing? Glad you're back to podcasting, right? Um, I believe he should be having a new episode come out soon. He'll be back over here soon. But just checking on him. How you been? Are you playing with any music yet? So, uh, Dad had passed away. He still hasn't looked or touched music yet. So he's still trying to uh, cope. Totally get it. No problem with that. But what he's doing right is like way more frequently because every once in a while, like once a week, twice a week, you go on like Instagram and he takes a picture of a tree or a bird, right? And you'll post like every day he's posting pictures of a bird or a tree or something nice, like J Sarge photo. Now it's like, hey man, like like the tree, like the bird. I'm like, I wish I had stuff like that, but I'm in the city. And he's like, you never know, man. He's like, and this was like less than a week ago, maybe a week to the day. And I was like, I don't know, man. I'm like, there's just nothing around here. But on the way home to take the kids home, there's like, it is the weirdest. One, Sophie, she looks at everything and she's just like fascinated with everything. She loves mountains, how big they are, how close they are. She loves the idea of a mountain. But between like the two conversations with Sophie and Jay, like I totally like I don't know what it was, but something caught my eye, and I just like, all these mountains over there were just like they looked cool. I never noticed them so much that I had Liam take a picture. Um, but I missed the. I don't know. I'm not, for a guy who like semi. I don't know. I think I noticed a lot of things. Like I noticed a lot of things, but maybe not. Right? I guess my surroundings. I guess I don't know. But now I'm excited to take the kids home again, so I can check out my mountain again. Maybe get a better picture. I don't know. It was just weird because I literally just talked to him about it, and every week Sophie's just like, check it out. She's the coolest, man. What is that building? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know either. She's like, look at that mountain. I'm like, let's go to the mountain. Um, I don't know. It was just cool. There's like an innocence to it that I enjoyed. Yeah, moving on.
I'm having a good time with this family tree thing. It's looking pretty good. There's a lot of just conversations, meet and greet stuff. Um, a lot of reference recordings. So I think a couple of more, and then I'll re-listen to them again, um, write up some questions, and start recording the actual family tree podcast.
Every week so far for 3 weeks. Like I got extra hours of archive recordings. Uh, to clarify, the archive recordings are ones mostly for me that I can go back and reference to prepare for a future episode, right? So I did a couple of meet and greet conversations with two cousins and Mike, and fantastic conversations, like weirdly, really good conversations. So we got possibly Wednesday another uh, another family member, but like it's nice because it's slow, but I think it's better this way than as opposed to like before what I was trying to do. But I'm super excited uh, to to talk to everybody. Very fast, some very interesting stories of what uh, from like their childhood and stuff. Um, like one cousin, like I didn't know that three cousins, aunt and uncle lived in Japan for years. Like I'm learning so much cool stuff. So uh, I want to keep pushing, keep getting a couple more, and then what I'll do is um, go back to those meet and greet recordings. Remember some of the things that we touched base on, uh, some of the things I didn't dive into, so I can bring them up later. Um, it's an interest. It's the concept is roughly the same still, but it's going to focus a little bit more on them as the individual versus the family as a whole. It's going to be like each branch, right? Like, what does this cousin do? Where they come from, and then so it's good. Again, same idea, changing the focus though just a little bit to really just like in like Like the first two, I think were is a little bit more like transactional, more interviewy. Whereas like now I'm trying to get more conversational, and I think we enjoy those interviews better. So Wednesday, hopefully another one on Monday, but I don't know. No, what am I doing Monday? Maybe Monday. I doubt it. But yes, slowly, we're gonna just keep going, and then as more cousins and uncles do it, then hopefully they spread the word a little bit. But yes, up one's family tree and all history of one's family. Um, we're going to see more of those definitely moving into year three. So it's good times.
Yeah, I did it. I jinxed it. I'm totally inside my head. Overslept twice in the last like 12 hours. Uh, Half irritated with one. The other one, it is what it is. But yeah, totally jinxed it.
Fuck. Last week we had the question whether or not I should get a new alarm clock. Don't know what I did. Totally jacked it up. I almost missed the recording on Monday for Z. Uh, Overslept an hour on Tuesday. Like I don't understand what happened. Like it's the weird like I was more upset about the missing the recording, but we were able to reschedule slash it was taken care of. You had two episodes last week, so um, yeah, not yeah. So I've been good the rest of the week. It was just the Monday and Tuesday that kind of got me, and I think I overthought it and I jinxed it. So it's bad on Ben, but I think I got the alarm thing figured out. So we shouldn't have any more problems with that.
Kelly is very busy. Don't get a lot of chit chat during the week, but totally had a conversation and she had a totally good point. How come we don't see gum commercials anymore? Right? So I have to go deep dive on it, find out why there's no gum commercials.
All right. That one was obviously sponsored by Kelly out of nowhere, which is super cool. It was kind of like a version of her Mind Pockets. I mean, from what I can gather, she was buying gum, and then she's like, "Hey, man, how come we don't see the commercials anymore? One, we don't watch regular television anymore, so we won't see those commercials. But in my brief deep dive, gum sales have like dropped like 30% since 2018. Like they're down. A couple of factors, just in case you guys were wondering, some factors of why people are moving towards more natural sugars. So people are like, I don't want this artificial sugar in my gum. The pandemic, social distancing, so people weren't as self conscious about the breath. And I think the one that probably triggers it the most is gum was a very impulse buy. So with everybody curbside having their food delivered, um, not waiting in line, like sometimes you do your own self checkout, that you're not because like you used to go put all your food on the thing and you have to wait for the everybody. So you'd sit there, just like you get like 2.5 minutes. You're sitting in line. That's when you pick up the magazine, you look through it, and you're like, oh, cool, and you buy it, right? Some like impulse buy, the candies, the gum. But since we're less in lines to purchase our groceries, so okay, let's do this two. All right, so that's why gum is down. What if? All right, so I'm Wrigley, okay. Slash, I get credit for this if they do it. What if they teamed with like Amazon or like Walmart, and then at your on your checkout there was like an add-on because like I order through Walmart, right? And then after you you check out, there's like, hey, did you forget anything? Right? So instead of, hey, did you forget anything? What if they threw up some gum in some of your random impulse buys? Right? So Wrigley's like, hey, Walmart, we're gonna go ahead and like give you a bunch of gum, free gum, like we're gonna, all that whatever the deal is. But when people order online and check out, boom, you hit them with some gum. I wonder if it would sell more gum. Even Amazon doesn't do it. There is no impulse like, okay, when you order fast food, you order a number one, and they always ask, do you want to upsize it, right? For 30 cents more, you can get it large. And you're like, absolutely. That's what, right? The whole marketing aspect of it is get as many 30 cents as you can, right? You quasi add value to the 30 cents, right? When you order stuff at concessions at the movie theater, they always ask, do you want any candy, right? You get your soda and your popcorn. Like, hey, did you want any nachos or candy? Everybody upsells. But nowhere online do I see an upsell. And I am sorry if we're going to start seeing upsells on our online purchases. I'm sorry. Um, I apologize because I've noticed some things. Okay, just a brief couple of them, real quick. Okay, so here's why I think I'm going to Truman Show the shit out of this. Episode 3, almost 2 years ago, we talked about AI. Um, AI is just significantly getting better and faster. What else was I railed against television shows that run 10 episode series that don't need 10, right? There was a junk episode 6, 7, get rid of them. Give me 8. What do we start seeing now? Significantly more 6 and 8s. And then I also pointed out, what was the other one? 2 episode premieres, right? So Happy Face, for example, it premiered 2 weeks ago. 2 episodes up front. They give you 2 episodes. So whatever I'm doing is resonating out throughout the universe here. I'm pointing at the fences. We need it might not be gum. Somewhere you're gonna start, you're gonna start seeing more upsells on the end of online purchases. Amazon, yeah, because Amazon doesn't do it, and then Walmart only asks, "Did you forget anything?" And you're like, "No, I didn't forget anything." But if you change the verbiage of "Don't forget, get your gum," I would be like, "Oh yeah, click," and I would buy the gum. Like that's easy money, man. You sell gum at half price. You're like, boom, I'll put because like I'm already at checkout. Like I give a crap. Like I got free shipping. I got curbside. I'll take the extra 59 cents because no one's going to pay attention to it. Telling you, you're going to start seeing upsells on online purchases. That's going to be wicked, dude. I can't believe it. Someone write that down. 329. Ben predicts. So 6 months from now, I'll be like, hey, you guys remember that? That was me.
Go check out Whimsy with a Z, the podcast from Chasing the Whimsy. Whimsy with a Z is a brand new podcast where they meet and hang out with 6 teenagers each month to get to know what it's like to be a Generation Z in today's day and age. They'll discuss summer, first days of school, and maybe dive into the struggles that most teens face, but maybe not talk about. Join along as they break down the generation gap and better understand what it's like to be Generation Z. That's Whimsy with a Z. Chasing Whimsy talking to Generation Z. A few new episodes up for you to listen to already, and make sure you subscribe to be notified of future releases. Whimsy with a Z is a podcast for teens by teens, but parents are welcome and encouraged to also listen. You can stream it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and at the website chasingthewhimsy.com. That's Whimsy with a Z, the podcast. Go stream, download, and subscribe today.
We're coming up on the end of season 1 of Whimsy with the Z. I think they're getting better as we kept going, and I think we'll be way better prepared for when we go into season 2. 100%, man. Check it out. What are your kids thinking? We got people getting ready to go to college. When do you think about college? And then we got somebody who's just like brokenhearted and like kind of just doesn't know how to handle and process it. I don't know how to help, but I guess one of the things was he wants me to sit and listen. So I sat and listened. I didn't try to offer too many suggestions, but kids, man, they're going through some stuff. Take a look. They're exciting too, man. They're so much fun. All right. Here we go.
All right, so here's what I'm thinking.
Sorry.
What's in my pocket on Mondays, right? I'm getting to a point where I'm not able to produce the quality of segment that I want. So what I'm thinking is I'll put on the socials Tuesday, Wednesday for the following Monday. I'm gonna try and do like a Q&A. Like, how about we do one of those? Submit some questions, and I'll spend a half hour answering some questions.
It's not the worst idea. All right, so it is the worst idea if I try to get live Q&As. Like, Monday at noon is like a fucking complete garbage day to do a Q&A. But if I throw it out there, have people leave it in the comments on the social, I can just pull them and I can just play them. And then, right, so here, okay, the thing, it's almost genius. Like, it's like it's staring me in the face. Steve, I don't know Steve. Steve is like Q&A, I'll answer it. And he'll ask a question. Now, Steve knows that the episode comes out on Monday at noon. Maybe Steve logs in at noon to listen to the Q&A, right? Because you only ask a question if you want to hear the answer, right? That might work. Like 6 people ask a random question. In theory, they would want the answer. They come back, and maybe they'll come back on at noon for the live, but maybe they come back and re-listen. It's a very creative week this week. It's a weird week. A good week. Some creative, but some I don't know. A lot of vision this week. So that's where we're at right now. We're visionaries right now. Online upsells, future Q&As. I like the idea. Get like 4 questions, answer some questions, throw in a couple anecdotes. All right, we're gonna do it. Real quick, probably because I'm just tired. I'm super subconscious about where my hands are. Like, it used to be I like them here, right? Because I talk a lot with my hands, but I don't like them on my face. So I know that. So, but then do I like them down here? It's been a very thinky week, and I don't like it. I like just like stupid, oblivion, just having a good time. Like, for whatever reason, I'm freaking out where my hands are. Hold on. Oh man, it's gonna be an amazing next 2 days. Anyway,
All right, I'm moving files from one computer to the next and then to a hard drive, like archiving a bunch of stuff, trying to free up some space. how many ice episodes do I have? Like, I know we have the 2 that Liam and I did early on. And then I think I have one ice episode from uh, the car problem. But I could have sworn there was at least like 1 or 2 more. I don't remember if I just talked about doing them or if I was going to actually do them. So there's a chance that there's a missing episode somewhere lost in 5 terabytes worth of hard drives.
Um, there has to be a better way to organize this stuff. Okay, so the computer that you're watching this on is only really used for live stream and setting up said live stream. So very little like play download because I want to keep this thing pristine, right? Okay, this computer over here, a lot of recordings. So I got to take the recordings, download them, and then move them to a hard drive, right? But I have, if I want it on the cloud, I use Apple for the cloud. So then I have to take it from this computer and move it to the Apple computer. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. It worked out. I transferred a bunch of stuff wherever they need to go. So like all the computers are where they need to be. Everything's where it needs to be. But what I realized as I'm going through like 2 computers worth of saved data, I found so I inadvertently moved all of like some of the ice episodes to the hard drive and I pulled them back off so I can know where they're at. Liam and I did a top 10 video games and TV. You guys have never heard it. Those were recorded over a year and a half ago. I don't know why we didn't put them out. It is what it is. But now they're like they're lost media at this point, right? So we're gonna keep them for maybe an ice episode in case of emergency break. Um, I have one right after I did the problem with the car, right? Halloween had a big problem. Okay, so I have an hour of that recording. Then there was, now you don't know why this happened. Here's what freaks me out. One of the car casts ended, and I know that because I whimsy that was the episode somewhere, and they same because what was it like at the end? It was like I'm 15 minutes from home, and I ended it whimsy right because I was like I just stopped like I ran out of shit to talk about. I have I have 11 minutes of the last 11 minutes of the ride, and I don't know why I never used it. And I don't know what it doesn't make sense. If I have the car cast, I have that file, and that's what was the podcast. But why would I turn off the recorder, turn it back on to get the last 11 minutes? I don't understand. And I don't have any, I don't write anything down. All I know is there's 11 minutes of a second, like, because it's not like it was one file and I cut it and I saved the cut. It's a fucking recording, man. I had to have turned off the recording and then turned it back on. And it doesn't make sense to me in any way. I don't understand it. And I don't know why I didn't just leave the 11 minutes in. Like there was nothing. I listened to part of it. There's nothing like groundbreaking about it, but there's an 11-minute whatever. I know that we threw around the idea that some of the old like I know I wanted to record more in case of emergency break class. I could have sworn there was one more that I knew for a fact that I did, and I don't know where it is. I don't know what date to look for. I don't even know what the topic was. I'm not and again, I'm not good at organizing it. So if I did have a bonus episode, I don't like I wouldn't have named it. I would have just kept it on the recorder and been like mental note. The P4 has an extra recording on it. But then when I took everything off the P4 and I put it on a hard drive, I completely spaced that there was like I don't know. I that's what my Monday looked like, man. I was organize and trying to organize and then trying to figure out what everything was. It was the weirdest thing. Took forever to get all like dude, I had to have moved 30 or 40 gigs worth of stuff off one computer to another to a hard drive. Like it was crazy. Took forever to download all that stuff and then to transfer it all. If you remember, let me know what ice episodes I actually recorded. Hello. No. Okay. Scratch that. There is one more. Okay. Liam and I, the East is the New North. That episode, there's one of the. Okay. So we recorded from him to Sophie, and then we recorded the way home. So the episode you guys got was the way home. That's the one when I was at Walmart. Took us forever to get through Walmart. Liam said something bad was going to happen. Like it was like August 28th or something. That 30 minutes from him to Sophie, where it was just me and him, that I have recorded and you've never heard. So maybe that's the one I was thinking of. I don't know. For a guy who fucking records so much, and I remember all the stupid stuff. You put a bunch of files in front of me, I don't know what I'm doing. Everything just blurs together. Anyway, I don't know if that. Okay.
All right. I know that we've had comments, right? Sarah, Kit, but it's like a different kind of official. Uh, I got all three comic projects online on a comic website. So you'll see it on Monday. But yeah, hey, we're official.
Uh, the comics, they go out on the socials and they're on the website. So if you don't go to the website, which not many people do go to the website, because you don't go to the you don't go for just the comic, right? So whatever. If you don't have socials, you never see it. Okay. So Kit is working on Liam's Backrooms webcomic. So we are right now like it's available. We are on Webtoons, which is like a fairly popular, like one or number two for online comics, web comics. Um, I said mentioned. I'll show you Monday. There's there's a small difference between a comic strip, what we've been doing, and a web comic. Okay, um, they're just the layout's a little bit different versus the 4 panel versus a web comic. So Monday, I'll show you the website. I'll show you where all three series are. I'm republishing Sarah's stuff on there, so um, her stuff can get out there. I like the idea that we keep adding a couple more, like get another series or two, or somebody else wants to draw. Um, I do have an idea Monday where I might have another series for comics. Um, but yeah, all in one place. Like it's cool that people be like, oh, I like this one. What else do they offer? And then there's like 4 or 5 more other series that they can go through. Um, Kids working on again the back rooms. The thing is costing entirely way more than I thought it would, but it's looking really good. We could put it on the webtoons. People see it. So hopefully then that drives them back to the podcast or there's some ideas. We'll mind pocket it for next week probably is how we're gonna make some money off of the comics. So hopefully they can start literally paying for themselves. But yes, webtoons. Search Chasing the Whimsy. Um, you'll see one of the three series is Little Whimsy Doodles, and Backrooms. Um, and then click on it, and then you'll see the rest of them. And so it's just interesting. It's cool that there's one place with all the comics, and it's easier to read than trying to go on the website. And or, the website wasn't that bad because you just scrolled. So, but yeah, if you don't go to the website and you don't have socials, boom, we got a link. Show you guys on Monday. But Webtoons, you guys can check it out right now before Monday.
All right, so now that I'm working by myself, 5 nights a week by myself, it gets boring and lonely. What would the logistics of a work cast sound like? You get a little microphone. What would I talk about? Since I'm not doing anything anyway. I don't know.
All right. Here, two thoughts real quick. I'm already talking 4 hours a week. Like this idea that for whatever reason you need a fifth hour of what's been thinking about. I don't think you do. uh, we have the car casts, right? But is there like what if I did record while at work? Now, obviously, a couple of things come into play. One, am I even allowed to? There's like PCI compliance. There's just like the security aspect of it. But obviously, I'm smart enough to know that I want to be handling people's shipping and receivings while recording, right? So, like on my break, when I go for a walk, do I keep a microphone in? Do I talk to myself? Because we found out that I can talk to myself. We have no problem with it. But in theory, the reason why I bring it up is I'm working by myself. I'm a little bit more tired. I hate people, puts me in a bad mood, or way creative. Like the amount of stuff I had to do to get these webcomics online and then schedule them for the next like 6 months, like the next 20 weeks. Like it's crazy. I don't know. I just have a thing, right? I don't know. I don't know what it is. But for whatever reason, this idea that I'd be working by myself and I would somehow record 12 minutes of me complaining about whatever, and then I just save it. like, like I'm acting like I'm worried that something I say is going to be forgotten, but it's not even that important to begin with. I don't know. I think part of it is too is I like the more like random, candid, like randomness of whatever it is I'd be thinking about on any given night. Like everything's going cool. I'm productive. Like I don't know what I would talk about. But like someone pisses me off or like all hell's breaking loose. Be like, oh man, how crazy was the last 2 hours? Like I don't know. I don't know. You have the comic cast, you have the car cast, you have the regular podcast. I guess I'm just trying to figure out like, is there a way to add value to like a random boring ass night? I guess that's where most of it comes from. Like if I'm not doing anything anyway, and if I could record like a random 12 or 15 or 30 minutes and it was interesting enough, then it's like worst case I just don't post it. I just throw it. Okay, it's my pocket. I'm just talking out loud. I'm not even tell you guys if I ever did it. I'm just kind of curious out loud. If I wanted to, what would I use to record it? My earbuds, because technically my earbuds act as microphones, right? So then I'm not sit there talking to myself, but I don't know. This a lot. Like it's just a lot. Like I'm not trying to like complicate it. I'm just trying to just, like, do I? Everything we've done so far is all this like experiment. Like, is it interesting enough to do this? So, like, I guess that's the only place I'm at. Is there an untapped entertainment somewhere working by myself.
I think at this point we could agree that I am passionate about podcasting. Let's play what if real quick. What if I got real big into this thing and I'm just gonna quit my jobs and try to dedicate full time to podcasting. Like it seems stupid and weird, but people have done it. I'm not going to. Like, let's not get crazy. I'm not looking to do that. But what is it about a person that decides to drop everything and chase a passion?
Hey there, Whimsy fans. We
Oh,
wanted
shit,
to
hold
take
on.
a moment.
All right, so I don't know if something happened this weekend that ties very much into the live stream. Okay, like indirectly, but like it has its place within the lore of the live streams. Okay, something happened, and I just think about it, and I'm like, what if I did it? Um, Kevin Smith, right? He sells all of his comics, and he puts he makes a movie off of credit cards and selling all of his collections. He makes a movie. He turns it into something, right? You got look at any fucking random movie where chick leaves like nowhere north Nebraska, like Nebraska or North Dakota, and they go to LA because they want to be an actress, right? And they're like, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna be a singer, uh, and I'm gonna do it. And they just fucking leave everything to chase this random thing that they want to do. Like, what is like uh, the most common thing would be youth, right? Like you don't have anything, so you can just like get rid of like the little things that you have, and you can just go for it. Because if it fails, then you still have time to recoup. Like, but yeah, every once in a while you'll find like somebody that just kind of just like uproots to chase something. So Taylor Tomlinson is a huge part of the lives, right? She started this roughly the same time I did, or I followed her basically, and we're just having fun, trying something different and new. She was the first, not the first, the only female um, late night host of anything, right? So she's been doing her thing. She's going on tour. She's working, recording 3 days a week uh, for after midnight, and she had 2 seasons and like 125 episodes, some shit, 150 episodes. I'd have to double check. She gets renewed for season 3. Start recording in a couple of weeks, and she fucking walks away. I like I absolutely love her, man. Like she walking away from a season 3 of a late night talk show game thing, whatever she's doing, because she wants to focus more on her stand up tour. Like she wants to get back to her like she was good, like 100%. She was fantastic on After Midnight, like probably like amazing. She was funny. She got to hang out with cool people. Like she was like semi boss, right? Drops everything and was like, I don't want to do a season 3. And then she's not. Like, it's amazing. Um, I mean, she's got some youth under her, right? But her tour is going fantastic. She's got dates all over the place. If you remember her episode, uh, she's in the top 10 highest grossing like tour comedians. I do not want to. I'm not going to quit my jobs. I'm not going to do this full time. Like that's not. There's a different plan in which this does turn into full time, but it's a 5-year plan. Like that's later. But 2 years ago, like, what if I was like, I'm going to quit one of my jobs and I'm just going to do this? I don't like. It's weird to think. Um, Obviously, it would be slight. It's weird because I do so much. Like we've done so much in 2 years. It's amazing, right? Comics and multiple podcasts, 2 live streams, going to cons. Like we're doing it. But then the idea of like if I had like 40 hours more back per week, like what else could I have done? I don't know. I'm happy doing with what we're doing. I just like the. I don't know. I like the idea. Good for her. Like whatever she wants to do, I support her 100%. She's like, I have a fucking art and a craft, and it's best on the stage. So she's doing it. Like I don't know. It's interesting to be able to walk away and then uh, I'm happy with what I'm doing. I'm very passionate about uh, all of this stuff. I'm having a blast. I got some really cool things coming up in the future. Like I'm happy doing it with where my current placement is within the internet and podcasting. Like I'm not, but again, it's a random what if. What if next week I was just like, you know what? I'm tired of working by myself, and I just fucking like I quit. Uh, I'd have a lot more time. I'd be recording like all. I'd be recording like crazy, but I had nothing to record about. Like I got nothing going. Like I'm barely an interesting person. The only thing interesting about me is that I do this entirely too much, and I'm fucking tired all the time. So I'm like crazy. Yeah, I'm not gonna do it. Don't even want to pretend like I want to do it. But it would be interesting if I could yeah, like what does life look like if you just drop everything and just do it? Because they have like people do it. Like that's the craziest thing. It is not every one of those people who fucking if they succeed, obviously, right? Like I want to be an actress and I'm gonna go to fucking Hollywood and I fail and I have to go back to like nowhere in North Dakota. Like it happens. Like there's obviously more failures than success stories. So like it's not the dumbest thing in the world, right? Like you talk to Kevin Smith at 21 and you're like you're an idiot. Like what are you doing? But then you look at like a 30-year career and you're like, hey, I guess he did the right thing. But again, I have no illusions or delusions that uh, I should be doing a different path or route of the podcast. Like that's not it. But it is an interesting what if. So um, Taylor Tomlinson is done with After Midnight. There is now currently no female host anywhere in late night. It is a man's world. It happens. It is interesting though because Jimmy Kimmel, in a recent interview, probably a couple of months now, um, he's convinced that the late night talk show is dead. It's dying. Nobody wants to produce late night TV, and advertising doesn't match what it is that they're gonna. So I think he's contracted for like 2 more years, but there's a chance that Jimmy Kimmel's done, like in the next couple of years. If he goes like, I don't know what channel he's on, NBC, whatever. If the net, as soon as Jimmy Kimmel retires, does the network say I'm going to look and hire another comedian to fill that time slot? And then it's going to be like it's not worth it anymore. Interesting. All right, that's pretty much the show. We got a small commercial. We got some updates and some totals. All right, hold on.
Away from the fun to express how much your support and contributions mean to us. If you're liking what you're hearing from us so far, we'd like to invite you to show us some love on our new Patreon. Starting at just $1 a week, you can help us keep the whimsy coming. That's not just our podcast, but live streams and new projects on the horizon as well. All members get special shout out during our live streams. If you're comfortable giving a little more, please take a look at our gift tier. These gifts are hand-picked by the Whimsy crew to bring more curiosity, fun, and whimsy to you as thanks for your support. Every little bit counts, and whether you support us by listening and subscribing to our podcasts, holding court on our lives, or subscribing to our Patreon, thank you for helping us keep the magic alive and the mics on. You can find our Patreon at patreon.com/chasingthewhimsy, or follow the link on our YouTube channel at Chasing the Whimsy. Thank you again for all the support. Whimsy!
Woo! Andy, Nikki, your family, Megan, your family, Joyce Ann, ×2. Huge thanks to Joyce Ann this week. Ender Froggy, C1 Gooster, Violet, my dad, Courtney, Kit. That is the same kit that is drawn for us. Thank you guys for your support with the Patreon. It's going to help us keep making cool shit. Like these comics are good. These comics look great. When you see them Monday on the website, like they look really good. But it's not just about what we're going to create. We also give back a little bit. We're going to take some money we're donating and help. That number is super small. Let me see if I can get that bigger for you guys. No. All right. We still have 10 members, but we got $109 saved, banked right now. We had 2. So I mentioned. So hold on, let me get back to. So I had mentioned the membership. Like if you're like, hey, I don't want to really do the membership thing, whatever you want to do a one-time like donation, those are available in the shop, right? There's a $25 and a $50 donation that goes the majority to the holiday fund. We had 2 people this week do just the straight donation. So thank you to Joyce Ann and to Kit for your guys' support helping out the holiday donation. I'm still waiting to hear back on a couple of emails, and in theory, next month we should see a small increase in the gift donations and the member. Like we should start to see a small increase in all the numbers. I still get really weird about talking to people face to face. I'm like, hey, give me $4. But I'm out there. I'm shucking and jiving. I rewarded some of my proposals. So I sent out some emails. I'm looking to partner-ish up with some people. Whatever it is, I'm doing my part to help get it out there. And I appreciate everybody who's doing your guys' part to help make sure that we can raise some money for these kids for the holidays. Other than that, man, to slow it down or something. I don't know. Boom, 901, an hour-long episode. I always get really weirded out. Somewhere, someplace, like I wish we had a small team that would help be able to like track some data. For whatever reason, I feel like the first 4 or 5 mind pockets are not as. That doesn't make sense either because I'll just do it. Like I don't know, whatever it is. Boom, we hit an hour. Good conversation. Get some thinkings. It's going to be an interesting weekend. We'll see what happens. We're going to have fun. You guys have a great weekend. We got some cool stuff coming up in the next couple of weeks. Uh, birthdays. I don't know if we're going to record it. I don't know what we're going to do for that Sunday. I guess Liam and I would just touch base on how he dominated all the games and cheated, but whatever. Um, yeah, there we go. That's it. I got nothing else. I'm just dragging my feet because I don't want to do anything for the next hour. You want to go to work? Look for okay. Monday next week because I have what's in my pocket this week. If you have any questions that you would like me to address during a Q&A, you're welcome to leave them in the comments at the end of the episode. So if you come back and you see this later, type in your question and I will make sure that I bring it up in a couple of weeks when I do a Q&A. Other than that, that's all we got for you guys. You have a good night. Whimsy!